Hey guys, Desiree here with Delightful by Design Coaching and Consulting, helping you reveal a life that's delightful by design, inside and out. Today's video is about being true to you and a discussion briefly about the difference between hustling for approval versus truly belonging. Growing up, I learned how to hustle for approval, how to behave and read a crowd and show up in a certain way in order to be approved of and to make happen what I wanted to make happen. And during my late 20s and 30s, because living that way ultimately winds up making you feel really empty and hollow, I had this big breakthrough thing and started to live very authentically. But as a result of that, I wound up losing a lot of my friends, a lot of what I knew to be familiar. And for a period of time, really only had like one or two friends. And my family had completely fallen apart and I was broke. So I had nothing around me, no things, no objects, no external validation, even very few friends, like nothing to support me in showing me that I was on the right path, except for this feeling in my chest that I was okay. And faith is a huge part of that. So having an inner relationship with myself, having a relationship with something greater than myself, some kind of prayer or source type belief system was so pivotal, because the thing is, when you start showing up as who you really are, that's how you begin to belong. Because when you stop editing yourself, when you stop cutting off, like plucking your flight feathers, plucking off of yourself what you think is undesirable in order to fit in, that is when you begin to reveal the truth of who you are, your heart, your North Star, and that's how other people can meet you in that same place. So today's video is about moving away from hustling for approval and having the courage to actually belong. The other really beautiful thing about belonging is it feels deeply authentic, and the choices and decisions that you make come from a much more holistic standpoint, a much more heart-centered place. So it's okay to give up hustling to belong, hustling to fit in. There is a gap in between when you move out of the hustle into the authenticity, where it can feel scary and it can feel lonely, and you might question if it was a good decision to step out of the hustle thing, because there is this period of time, this gap where you truly do feel all alone. But that's also where you're going to find your heart, find a true spiritual connection with something, and find your roots so that you can start to build a life that's solid, that's on solid ground with solid foundation stones. Love you guys. And if you find yourself in that in-between place right now, reach out, because I would love to hold your hand and just be a cheerleader by your side, encouraging you that you are doing what you need to do for you, and you've got this, and you're going to make it through to the other side and find a whole nother tribe of people where you genuinely belong. You don't just fit in, you belong. Bye.